very happy to be here. I'm also a little nervous because my wife is backstage and she could go into labor at any moment. So I gotta get out of here. So let's wrap this up fast. We'll get right into it. I was recently out of town and taking an Uber back to my hotel, and as I got into the car, the driver said, "Comfort Inn?" And I said, "Yes, Comfort Inn, where kings sleep." And he said nothing, and then just turned the music up even louder. And I was like, ooh, somebody doesn't like my sense of humor. I was like, determined to get him to laugh. So I leaned forward, and the song he had turned up was Brown-Eyed Girl. And I leaned forward, and I just went, hey, do you know, Van Morrison has gone on record as saying Brown-Eyed Girl wasn't written about a butthole, but he's okay if you interpret it that way. Got nothing from him. And I was like, okay, we don't all have to agree that I'm funny. Like my dad always said, there's two sides to every coin. And if there's not, it's probably not a coin. It's probably a ball or something. Dad had weird sayings. But we kept talking, and I found out that when he's not driving an Uber, he actually works in a factory that manufactures tractor tires. And I was like, that's amazing. I very rarely meet someone who makes something actually useful to the world. And he said, we mostly just sell them to CrossFit gyms. So that's where we're at as a country here in Trump's America. Donald Trump is president. That's insane. What was crazy about it is that the majority of people who voted for Trump were married men, most with families. So now we know who the enemy is. Dads. And I'm about to be a dad. So that's why I'm starting Dads Against Dads, AKA Dads. We're having a lot of branding problems right now. Differentiating ourselves from just regular dads, but we'll figure it out. But I'm very excited to be a dad, and I know that I'm ready to be a dad because I was recently trying to remember the name of Celine Dion, and I kept calling her Renee Claudet. So to the point where I had to Google, who is Renee Claudet, and then work backwards to figure out it was Celine Dion. And Google's crazy. Like, we ask Google everything. Like, Google's going to take over the world. It's so scary. But I had a heartening thing happen to me recently, is that Google started showing me ads for doors. I don't own a house. I didn't even know you could buy a door. I thought they came with walls. But I was excited. I was like, that means Google doesn't have me figured out yet. Like, my search history is so erratic that Google's just like, I don't know! And it is, it's very erratic. Every day it's just like before, after meth pics, boat launches, handkerchief twirling. And I think Google looked at that and was just like, seems like you need a way out. Doors? So I've been buying a ton of doors. I don't even put them up. I just, just to mess with the algorithm, I just throw them around the house. Put little inspirational signs on every doorknob, because that's how I live my life. Off inspirational signs on doorknobs. The one I'm into right now just says, do one thing every day that scares you. So I've been doing that. Last week, I got herpes. I'm gonna try heroin tonight. Oh, I'm so scared I'm gonna love it. And tomorrow I'm gonna steal a cop's gun. Because it's just a snap. It's a snap holding the gun down. That's it, just a snap. Honestly, that scares me so much. Every time I see a cop, I'm like, I could do it. Like, snap up, got a gun. It's a snap. It's Mennonite technology holding the gun down. It's like, snap up, got a gun. Practice in the mirror, like, how fast? Like, snap up, got a gun. And I'd just be like, I'm just kidding, ha ha ha. And he'd be like, I'm kidding, I'm a tall white man. He'd be like, that was so much fun. Let me show you how to shoot it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.